Have you ever wondered, could the so-called happiness pill you're taking actually be a kind of anesthesia? One that disconnects you from yourself even more? That small capsule you started taking to protect yourself from emotions. Could it also be shielding you from your own life? Now pause for a moment and ask yourself, does the medication bring you closer to yourself, or does it push you further away? Now imagine this. You've turned down the volume on all your emotions. You no longer feel intense anger, but you also don't feel real joy. When someone says they love you, your heart no longer races. And when you face injustice, you no longer react. Everything feels more bearable, but also more numb. This is the exact state many long-term antidepressant users describe. It's called emotional flatness. Antidepressants are among the most controversial tools in modern psychiatry. Are they a source of hope or a quiet escape into emotional disconnection? The answers aren't easy, okay? Because a mind battling depression sometimes just wants silence. But sometimes that silence isn't a calm, it's a suppression. A silence in which emotions are buried and the inner voice gets smothered. And some antidepressants package this silence as if it's a cure. According to psychiatrist Dr. Joanna Moncrief's 2022 study, The Serotonin Deficiency Theory, the idea that depression is caused by low serotonin lacks solid scientific evidence, which means the story we've been told for years, balance your serotonin and you'll beat depression, might have been an illusion. But why did it take us so long to hear this? Because the pharmaceutical industry chose to sell solutions in box. Yet depression is not a problem that can be fully explained by brain chemicals alone. Addiction is a response to pain you cannot face. And isn't that exactly what antidepressants sometimes become? A strategy not to confront pain, but to sedate it? Not to process real feelings, but to suppress them. That's when the medication stops being a solution and starts becoming another form of dependency. What began as temporary support gradually becomes a psychological crutch. And then one morning you wake up and ask, can I do this without it? And that question terrifies you. Now the antidepressant is no longer held by trust, but by fear. A pill taken every day may not fill the emptiness inside, but becomes your only hope not to fall into it. But is that hope real or just a brief illusion of safety? Carl Jung once said, what is not brought to consciousness comes back as fate. Suppressed anger, grief, and fear. These emotions, silenced by medication, cannot heal if they're never expressed. They only get postponed. And what is postponed always finds a way back as anxiety, as panic, as broken relationships. So should antidepressants never be used? Of course not. Medical support can be life-saving at times. The real question is, where does support end and dependency begin? Antidepressants used for years without reflection can dull the mind more than they heal it. When the medication no longer empowers you, but begins to own you, that's the danger. You forget how to listen to your own body, your own thoughts, your own emotions. And soon, what makes you you becomes nothing more than a side effect. Modern life promises quick relief, quick fixes, quick healing, quick forgetting. But the human mind doesn't work like that. Trauma needs time. Pain needs a voice. Feelings need to be heard. And sometimes what we really need is to stay with the pain, not run from it, because the one who walks through pain discovers their true strength. Medications may ease the process, but they should never freeze it. They should never silence it. Because our evolution, mentally and emotionally, doesn't happen through chemistry, but through confrontation. So finally, if you've been taking antidepressants for a while and still feel stuck, just ask yourself, is this medication healing me or just silencing me? The answer may open the door to a different path, because a silenced life is not a lived life, and your life can only change when you choose to face it. Like the video, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe for more content like this.